Hey guys, Brian, Portable Generators. We are going to make a video for food truck owners, any mobile business that utilize a generator or slash inverter to power their mobile business. This is going to be the necessities that you have to have with you no matter what. Number one, an extra quart or two of oil. 10W30. 10W30. Order, go to your local store and grab a quart, or even get a gallon so that maybe your generator or inverter is big enough to where if you were low or even empty, a quart wouldn't fill it up all the way, even though some oil is better than no oil. You gotta have extra oil because these generators, when being put under load, burn oil. And that is why it is so important to actually check your oil level. Like, people really don't check their oil level. The amount of food truck customers that I have, on the first time that I ever went to work on their generator, there was no oil in it. I don't know how it was still running. I don't know how it didn't break completely. You got to have extra oil. And you have to check your oil. Not every day. Well, I recommend every day, but every time you're using it. But if you check it every day for the first 5 days that you are using it completely, and if it's not dropping, you're not going to see a difference in one day. You shouldn't, or you might have an issue with it burning too much oil. But you have to check it at least once a week, if you're not checking it at the recommended daily. When you say you are adding oil, you are never supposed to tip the generator or inverter to make it easier to pour the oil in so you don't spill it. You have to have a funnel. Go buy yourself a funnel. Okay? When you tip that generator and you're adding oil, I had someone literally tell me that they would add oil when they tipped it, and they would put the cap on because when they let it sit level, oil would come out. And I was like, dude, you have to let the oil come out if you're overfilling it, which is what is happening. If the generator is on level ground and you take your oil cap off and oil comes out, it's overfilled. Oil is never supposed to come out of your where you fill it ever. That means it's overfilled. So get 10W30, a gallon or a quart or two. Get a little funnel. And if you really, really want to be smart about things, I would buy an extra carburetor. They're like $30 just to have. I would buy a small little toolkit. These, changing out a carburetor is really not difficult. It's 2 to 4 bolts, and then you can just put it on. It's not like you gotta do all this crazy stuff. It's taking some bolts off and putting it on. That is a main thing that will fail if you're using a gasoline generator or inverter. Having some jumper cables if you have an electric start generator. And it can happen. Generators, these portables do not charge the battery. If you have an electric start, you are not charging your battery ever unless you have a specific brand. There are a couple that do, only a couple out of thousands, you need to be using a trickle charger when you park your food truck at night and you have it plugged into shore power. You need a trickle charger hooked up to the battery. That will make it to where your battery doesn't die in 4 months. Oh, I just bought this thing. It's 4 months old. Why is it not working? It only works when I pull start it. Your battery's dead because it doesn't charge itself. It's not like a car where your DC alternator is charging the battery. There is none of that. So unless you want to buy new batteries, that is your issue. That is what you need to do. If your battery were to die, if you have jumper cables, you can utilize your vehicle that's towing your trailer. You can hook up to that battery like you're going to jumpstart a car that's on the side of the road. You hook up your jumper cables to your car that is that is actually able to work. Your battery's good. Then you have to access your generator's battery, which a lot have a battery compartment that you would need to take off a couple of bolts to be able to access it. An issue that you will run into if you are doing this is the alligator clamps, that you hook up, you squeeze it, and you put it on the positive and negative, are big. They're huge compared to your small little generator battery. And so do not get all freaked out if they don't stay on. Number one, you can put the black alligator clamp on any metal part of your frame. Go ahead. Put it on any little metal part. Put it on the frame. So hook the black one up there. So now you only have to make sure that the red one is touching the metal part where the battery positive is. It's got to touch the metal part. Just have it touching even a little bit and go ahead, start the generator. Once it starts, you can disconnect it. Make sure you don't let them touch each other or you will see sparks. So having jumper cables is good. Another even better and easier thing is to have a little jump pack. One of those already charged batteries that have jumper cables that you can just literally take it out, put it on the battery, positive and negative, and start it up. Those are great. Certain inverters, like the Predator, have a module that can fail. Look into it. You'll have read about it if you have that model generator. If you want to spend the money buying an inverter board for the inverters, when those fail, then you're screwed. And they're expensive too. But ultimately, for food truck businesses, you have to go inverter style because non-inverter is going to be 3,600 RPM and it's way too loud. Inverters are variable speed and way, way quieter. So those are just some little tips that you should in order to make your chances of success and being able to not have to shut down the whole, you'll be able to get back up and running. You should carry those. If you have any questions, give me a call, let me know. you know, I'll help out whoever wants to ask for help. Peace.